What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Y'all know we got to talk about it. Yes, social media is ruining the biker community, but is it by much? I don't think so. I wouldn't say it's by much, but it is a thing. Look, I just saw a video from S1K Rocket, shout out to him, where he was talking about some of the things that are ruining the bike community, and I gotta say I agree. Now, we've heard Jigsaw talk about things like this. We've heard all types of creators actually talk about things like this, and it's just running crazy. Now, for the guys who don't even do a lot of social media or scroll or anything like that, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. For anybody else, you definitely do. If you come across motorcycle content, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna speak on it kind of from my point of view, because as a motorcycle creator, some people could say that I am part of the reason why social media is ruining the biker community. I like to think that I'm not, but truthfully, maybe I could be. For y'all that don't know, all I do for social media is stand in front of my bikes, give motorcycle advice, talk about things that I do motorcycle reviews. That's what I do personally. Is that riding the motorcycle? Technically, no. Even on my YouTube, I do a lot of like on bike stuff, but I'm gonna start changing into doing these videos, which probably is gonna cost me some subs now. It is what it is. In all reality, I don't think I'm the biggest problem. Some of y'all that are buying motorcycles just for social media, it is kind of crazy. With such a dangerous passion, I really don't know if it makes sense to buy a bike for social media. Like, you could just figure out something else to do. But it kind of feels like it's a cheat code, right? Get an S1000, get an AGV Pista, and all of a sudden you're gonna get followers. That is not a dig at nobody, I promise. I'd be direct if it was, but I promise it's not. Nowadays, in fact, all of the bikers that you see on social media have these really expensive motorcycles, the R1s, the R1Ms. You get the, the Triple Rs, the S1000s, the Ducatis, and it's all for, well, I'm not going to say it's all for views, but those do get a lot of the views. Why? Because they're nice bikes. Obviously, they're going to get views. But what it tends to do is it starts to make people think that if you want to be a part of the biker community, you have to buy an expensive motorcycle, which is furthest from the truth. It's not true. I know I might seem why did I just stutter that? I know I might seem hypocritical because I have a ZX10, a ZX14, an R6 all behind me. Well, that's not how I started off riding. I started off on my very first motorcycle with a bike I paid $1,700 for. It was a carbureted 600, and I rode the crap out of it for over a year. Then my next motorcycle was a CBR 1000 that I paid $3,000 for. Not expensive at all. Now, to be honest, this was back over 10 years ago, so obviously the bike prices have changed, but it just goes to show I didn't come in thinking I should get an expensive bike. I never would have even gotten expensive bikes if I wasn't a part of social media, which is probably my point. Nah, I'm lying. I would have got this ZX10 anyway. The other thing that you can see is a lot of people talking about helmet talkers, or basically people who get on social media platforms, basically like the scrolling ones, and they don't even have a motorcycle. They buy the gear, the paraphernalia or whatever, and they just wear that. Nobody ever likes those people. Like, not like you're a bad person, but like, here's my thing. I don't think that you should pretend to be in a bike community. If you're a biker, you're a biker. If you're not, you're not. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's not a big threshold to be a biker. Buy a motorcycle, you're a biker. Don't buy one, you're not. Yet somehow you can see people who basically just buy a helmet and maybe some other types of gear and pretend that they have motorcycles. That is the cringiest thing I've ever seen. I wouldn't pretend to be an astronaut. I'm not going to pretend to be a police officer. I'm not going to pretend to be a construction worker if I'm not those things. I also did construction for 2 years. Hated it. So the obsession with pretending to be a motorcycle rider is kind of crazy to me. Now, I get it. We're cool. Or at least we like to think that we are. Bikes are cool. Those bikes are cool, okay. But not owning one is weird if you're pretending like you do. Now, if you watch S1K Rocket's video, which you should, he talked about that there's a creator who basically pretended to have a motorcycle and then got outed for not having one. So they did buy one, which is a little weird to me, seeing as though motorcycles are so dangerous that if you don't really want to be a part of it, you shouldn't be a part of it. My noisy neighbor is pulling in. I can hear his car from all the way down the street. I think that actually leads to what you're seeing in 2025 is a lot of young people or people who are new riders are dying. Like, they are getting out of here quickly. It's hard for me to even explain how fast this is happening. It's like less than a year of riding, multiple accidents, life-changing accidents. Like, it's actually sad. And I think it's truly because people are not taking the time to actually learn how to ride. They're not even getting into riding to ride. They're getting into riding for clout, which is dangerous. I've been riding motorcycles for 11 years, and not one time have I ever got a motorcycle for clout. I guess my whole point behind this is saying that there are better reasons to become a motorcycle rider. It's because you want to do it. You should do it because you have the passion to do it. If you don't have the passion to do it, well, you're wasting your time, first of all, because you're not going to really like it, and you're risking your life because it's an actual risk to your life. So doing all of that for clout is probably one of the most dangerous things that you can do because it makes no sense. There's no gain out of it. It's dumb. I don't know, guys. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Let me know what you think in the comments below, whether or not you think social media is ruining motorcycle riding. And if it is, let me know your reasons on why. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day. Don't forget to keep it 1K, aka 1000. Y'all ride safe. Peace. Or don't ride safe if you don't ride. Don't pretend to ride. Peace.